let's define the field of business and economics. Economics is the science that concerns itself with decision-making under conditions of scarcity and unlimited wants. That sentence just proves whatever idea of economics pops up in your nightmares, right? It's the field that focuses on growth, on inflation, unemployment, trade, tax, incentives, all kinds of boring terms. But economics is also a toolbox. It is a set of tools, mathematical but also logical, that you can use to study decision making in any context in which people have unlimited wants. So they have endless desires, but limited budgets. So they have limited resources. They don't have enough money to fulfill all their needs, or in other circumstances they want to do an endless list of things, but they have a limited time to do these things. And often that decision making also involves some uncertainty that then needs to be taken into account. You're not that sure what the future will be like, and that also affects your decision making. So in any context where decision making, where decisions need to be made, and you have pretty much unlimited things that you want, but you have a limited budget available to fulfill those needs, economics has a thing to say. For example, economics has been applied to the decision to mate, so to find a romantic partner, to have children or not, to engage in criminal activities. To set up political parties or not. There's all kinds of decisions outside the standard realm of economic decision making that would still qualify for an economic analysis. Okay, so that's economics. Business is an applied discipline, and we can further decompose business in 4 subdisciplines, and we can also show how business derives from 3 fundamental sciences. So let's first look into the disciplines that found that jointly make up business. So there are 4, and you could further subdivide these. On the right, there's accounting, which concerns itself with bookkeeping, but also with information flows in the organization, financial flows primarily, and tries to optimize decision making using these resources. So it is about being accountable to society, accountable to investors, to supply the management with sufficient information about the business. Finance is the second subdiscipline in business, which is concerned with the means through which organizations attract funding, that's corporate finance, but also the functioning of financial markets, so a stock market, for example, or a market for derivatives or for mortgages. Finance and accounting are the harder parts of the business discipline, if you wish. So they involve mathematics to a larger extent than the other 2. Marketing is the third pillar, which is concerned with selling products. So how do you position a product in a market? What promotional campaign would be effective? What place do you give a product in a store, for example, to optimize sales? That is what marketing is concerned with. And management regards the leadership of the organization. So how do you steer the organizations towards a profitable future? And you could, in management, you can further subdivide the discipline, looking, for example, in the management of particular functions. So if you look into the management of operations, then operations management is a subfield that looks into the how the factory works smoothly, and what steps need to be taken in a production process, and how you can make sure that the inputs are there at the time that you need them. You can also look into the management of people, so how do you steer teams, for example, or the more strategic management. So what course should the organization take? How should it position itself in the market, and what types of product lines should it develop? So these are the 4 sub-disciplines that jointly make a business. And business, as I said a while ago, in itself derives from different, more or less fundamental sciences. And I've listed 3 which are core. You can also imagine links to other disciplines. For example, operations management would be related to mathematics as well. But these 3 are the key. On the one hand, economics, which, as I said, concerns itself with the functioning of markets. Economics is about decision making under conditions of scarcity, and it looks at, for example, competition in markets, and that obviously relates to management of the organization, but also to the financial market, depending on what a stock market looks like. Whether there's an enormous overvaluation of shares, or whether the stock market is down, that has implications for the possibilities of the firm to finance its business. So economics, with its focus on markets, serves as one of the sources of theories in the field of business. Psychology is a second one. Psychology focuses on behavior of individuals, and to the point that individuals are also employees. They're relevant for the management of the organization, and insights from psychology often obviously are also relevant for marketing, in the sense that you should have an understanding of the consumers to whom you sell your products if you want to sell them well. And third, sociology, which is concerned with the embedding of individual behavior in wider societal structures, and that is also relevant for the business field. For example, the rules that apply in society, the laws, but also the norms, the customs, conventions that apply. They are relevant for the things that a business can do. Right? If society feels that social responsibility of organizations is very important, that places limits on, but also grants opportunities to businesses. Also, businesses are part of the wider society and thereby contribute to sociological theories itself. So insights from economics, psychology, and sociology, and a bunch of others as well, make up the theoretical toolbox that the business scholar has at his or her disposal. And in this toolbox, we tend to select to focus on the accounting, the finance, the marketing, and the management of the products of the business.